Hi kids! How are you today? I hope that you are all fine. Are you ready to learn another English lesson? That's great! Our lesson for today is all about repeated patterns and refrains. Let's begin! In this lesson, you are expected to participate in choral speaking and echo reading of short poems, rhymes, and stories with repeated patterns and refrains in English. Okay, so what do we mean by repeated patterns? Repeated patterns are frequently used structure or method of poetry writing. Certain words and or sounds are repeated for effect or emphasis. So let us check the example below. Alright, let me read it to you first. I visited my grandfather. I visited my grandmother. They love to see me often. They love to cook and sleep. They rest under an old tree. Okay, so this poem shows repeated patterns. So there are two patterns in this poem. What do you think are those two? You have to take note that repeated patterns refers to the repeated words. So you have to look for the repeated words in this poem. So what are those? Okay, I visited, and they. Alright, so those are the repeated patterns. I visited and they. Okay, what about refrain? Refrain is a repeated line or group of lines that may be found at the middle or usually at the end of each stanza. It may be repeated at regular intervals. Okay, so let us read the example B. I visited them always, as they love to see me often. I love my grandparents. They always cook and sleep. I bring their favorite food. I love my grandparents. So example B shows the use of refrain. And the last line in each stanza. Anyway, there are two stanzas in this example. So the last line in each stanza, which is I love my grandparents, shows the refrain of the poem. Alright? So you have to take note that refrain refers to the repeated lines. Okay? While repeated patterns refers to the repeated words. Very easy, right? Okay. Okay, so let us try to answer this. Read the poem carefully and then answer the questions that follow. So let us read it. The title of the poem is The Moon. The moon shines in the dark. The moon is half. The moon is tainted. So is the human heart. Let us have the first question. What is being repeated in the story? Is it A, sun, B, moon, or C, heart? What is your answer? Alright, if your answer is B, moon, you are correct. So the word moon here is being repeated in the story. Alright, next question. What type of pattern is used in the poem? Is it A, repetitive pattern, or B, refrain? is your answer? If your answer is repetitive pattern, then you are right. So the type of pattern used in this poem is repetitive pattern. So when we say repetitive pattern, it refers to the repetition of words. So the word the moon is being repeated in this poem. Alright? Which among the words below rhymes with moon? Okay, so when we say rhymes, these are the words that has the same ending sound. So you have to look for the words that has the same ending sound with the word moon. Alright? A. Zoom. B. Noon. Or C. Room. Right now your answer. If your answer is B, noon, then you are correct. Moon and noon are rhyming words. Okay, another poem. Let us read it. My mother baked a delicious cake. She prepared spaghetti and pancit. It's my birthday. Fried chicken was prepared by my loving and supportive father. It's my birthday. First question. What is being repeated in the story? Is it A, it's my birthday? Or B, fried chicken was prepared? What is your answer? And the correct answer is A. It's my birthday. So, it's my birthday is being repeated in the story. So, at the end of each stanza. Alright, next chant. What type of pattern is used in the poem? Is it A, repetitive pattern? Or B, refrain? And the correct answer is refrain, of course. The type of pattern being used in this poem is refrain because there are repeated lines in the poem, which is it's my birthday. Alright? Okay, so repeating patterns and refrain. What is repeating patterns? It refers to the repeated words to place emphasis on the given poem. Sounds may also be repeated to emphasize the pattern. And refrain is the repetition of lines. This is also to emphasize the idea shown in the poem. The lines may be repeated at the middle part of each stanza. However, refrain usually occurs at the end of each stanza. Now that you already learned about repeated patterns and refrain, then I think you are now ready to answer the following activities. Alright. Okay, so you have to read the poem carefully and then answer the questions that follow. The stars shine bright at night. The stars bring joy to my life. The stars guide us in our lives. They make us happy at night. First question, what is being repeated in the story? Is it A, bright at night? B, the stars? What is the correct answer? Yes, you're right. The word being repeated in the story is the stars. Next question. What type of pattern is used in the poem? A. Repetitive pattern or B. Refrain? That is your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. Repetitive pattern, because there is a repeated words in the poem. Very easy, right? So you have to remember that repeating patterns refers to the repeated words or sounds to place emphasis on the given poem. Meanwhile, refrain is the repetition of lines. This usually occurs at the end of each stanza. Okay, thank you so much for watching, kids. I hope that you have learned something from our lesson. And see you in our next video. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more upcoming videos. Bye-bye!